The curl-up test is used to measure abdominal muscular strength and endurance. The objective of the test is to complete as many curl-ups as possible, up to a maximum of 75, to a set cadence. To administer the test, every 2 or 3 students will need a gym mat, a piece of paper, and a measuring strip. The measuring strip may be made of cardboard, rubber, smooth wood, or any similar thin flat material, and should be 30 to 35 inches long. 2 widths may be needed depending on the age of the student being tested. A 3-inch wide strip is used for students ages 5 to 9, and a 4.5-inch wide strip is used for older students. An audio tape with the recorded cadence is also needed. The Pacer Test CD or tape contains a recorded cadence for the curl-up test. Before beginning the test, have students select a partner. One student will perform the curl-ups while her partner counts and watches for form errors. The student performing the test lies in a supine position on the mat, knees bent at a 140-degree angle, feet flat on the mat, legs slightly apart, arms straight and parallel to the trunk, with the palms of the hands resting on the mat. The fingers must be stretched out and the head is in contact with the mat. Once the student performing the curl-ups assumes the correct position, her partner places the measuring strip on the mat under the legs so that the fingertips are just resting on the nearest edge of the strip. The student then places a sheet of paper under her partner's head. The main role of the second person is to check for form corrections and count the number of correctly completed curl-ups. Keeping heels in contact with the mat, the student performing the test slowly curls up, sliding her fingers across the measuring strip until the fingertips reach the other side, then curls back down until the head touches the sheet of paper. Movement should be slow and to a set cadence of 1 curl-up every 3 seconds. The test continues until the student can no longer continue or has completed 75 curl-ups. Additionally, this test can be completed with 3 students. 1 student performing the curl-up, 1 student at the head position who will be responsible for counting the number of curl-ups completed, and the other student at the feet of the performer. This student will be responsible for looking for any form breaks and letting the counter and performer know when the test is completed. The student is stopped when the second form correction is made or 75 curl-ups have been completed. Here are a few suggestions for test administration. The student being tested should reposition if the body moves so that the head does not contact the mat at the appropriate spot or the measuring strip is out of position. Movement should start with a flattening of the lower back, followed by a slow curling of the upper spine. The hands should slide across the measuring strip until the fingertips reach the opposite side, and then return to the supine position. The movement is completed when the back of the head touches the sheet of paper. The cadence will encourage a steady, continuous movement done in the correct form. Students should not reach with their arms and hands, but simply let the arms passively move along the floor in response to the action of the trunk and shoulders. Any jerking or reaching motion will cause the students to constantly move out of position. This curl-up protocol is quite different from the 1-minute sit-up. Students will need to learn the correct form for this skill and be allowed time to practice. Watch for the following form corrections. Heels must remain in contact with the mat. Head must return to the mat on each repetition. Pauses and rest periods are not allowed. The movement should be continuous and with the cadence. Fingertips should touch the far side of the measuring strip.